Let me ask you this. What about the guy that she confided into you about the guy from Tiffin?
Right. She had said that some guy, she had sex with some dude. She felt a little bad, but she went ahead and had sex, met some guy on
Plenty of Fish?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm probably 90% sure that's the one.
I could tell that there was clearly rigor mortis in Erin's body, but I couldn't see any blood, stab wounds, gunshots, anything like that.
So when you entered the apartment, explain how you went ahead and made entry.
I know I grabbed the knob just, make sure it was locked. Doorknob was locked, so I would unlock it, and it still didn't open. Bathroom door was closed, so I knew it beat on the door, yelled her name, no reply. So we went in, and that's when we seen her in the shower then. Which as soon as he seen her, he yelled something like, "Oh my God," or something like that. And there was no evidence of any breathing or anything, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she's dead.
901, wait, 901.
After the 911 call, police rushed to the scene and met the 911 caller.
What's going on?
Pretty sure she's been in there for 2 days, probably.
Okay. In this apartment here, Erin Mukhehi.
Shower, yeah. Brent and his dad was here the other day.
Okay.
Thursday evening, and she was in the shower then,
Okay.
and where nobody saw her.
Nobody talked
And
to
when
her.
I came in today, worried about that one.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
heard the water running. I looked
I
under
see.
the floor, water was running out.
Running out. Okay. All right.
See this table and chair?
Okay.
I moved them in there.
Move them in. Okay. And so she's in here. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
I could tell that there was clearly rigor mortis in Erin's body, but I couldn't see any blood, stab wounds, gunshots, anything like that. Definitely could not determine a cause of death. I decided to call in the Bureau of Criminal Investigations as well as a detective to assist me in processing the scene. Her body was placed in a body bag and removed and then sent to the Lucas County Coroner's Office for additional processing.
Investigators questioned her father-in-law, and he revealed some unexpected details.
The father-in-law had stated his son, Brent and Erin, had recently been estranged and that he wanted her out of his life.
Prior to today, when was the last time you were actually in this apartment? Thursday. And was anyone with you when you went in?
Brent and I went in there.
Okay. And what happened on Thursday?
Brent needed to get his checks, extra checks,
Mhm.
out of there because he didn't know what Erin was going to do.
Okay.
He wanted me to come along because for a witness.
Sure. Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
we hear the shower running.
Mhm.
We think she's in the shower.
Okay.
He gets his checks.
The father-in-law had stated Erin appeared to be in the shower, which they were happy about because they knew there wouldn't be a confrontation then at that point in time. So Brent retrieved the checkbook, and then the father-in-law and Brent proceeded to leave the apartment complex together. He made it very clear that Erin and Brent's relationship had ended on a very rocky note.
How long had they been split up, do you know, roughly?
I believe Monday of last week. What is today, Saturday?
Today's Saturday. Yeah.
Monday, yeah, of last week.
Okay, so it's just been recent?
Very
Very recent? Okay.
And that Erin had passed away. Jim was very clear that Erin had an alcohol problem and that Jim had paid a lot of money at trying to get her rehabilitation.
And I know she had seizures on and off, but I didn't know that how bad they were lately. I mean,
Sure.
she'd been having something lately. I just talked to her 2 days ago.
Jim didn't know if she took her medications regularly or not, and he did state that if she wasn't taking her medications, then she likely would have a seizure. That certainly weighed into how we investigated, because we didn't know what had happened at that point. Approximately 15 to 20 minutes later, Brent, Erin's husband, arrived on scene.
Hey, Brent, can we talk to you for a few minutes? Sure. All right. Let's, if you don't mind, if we come over here, and we're going to be in the shade so the sun isn't beating down on our heads.
Get my dad over here too, or no?
That's up to you. Yep.
Due to the fact, he had just lost his wife, we didn't know what state of mind Brent might be in, and just to have that extra support there for him while we were talking with him is why we allowed Dad to be there.
Let's just start with when's the last time that you actually talked to Erin?
Sunday.
Sunday?
I moved out Sunday.
You moved out on Sunday? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it kind of a heated argument, or
Nope.
just
Nope.
she just said get your stuff and go?
I
And
did.
oh, you
did.
just
I just my dad came with me.
okay.
Got my clothes.
Uh-huh.
Pulled out.
Okay.
Stayed that night.
Okay. All right. And did she say anything to you when you left, or nothing at all?
No, I just said I was very quiet about it. My dad was with me. Vouch that I got my clothes, didn't say a word to her,
Sure.
and got out.
Okay. Did you guys have any conversation
Nope.
after you hadn't talked to her at all since?
Text her. Yeah,
Okay.
You want to read the text? You're more than welcome.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's fine.
It really don't bother me.
Okay.
Remember, Brent, I said don't volunteer, answer questions, okay?
Those comments from Brent's that were immediate red flags to me. However, with it being a fresh investigation, without having an autopsy done at that point, we couldn't pinpoint that there was possibly other factors involving her death at that point.
Investigators questioned her father-in-law, and he revealed some unexpected details.
Speaking with Brent, certainly that information that he provided was helpful, because we always want to know the background of the individual that we're investigating. In the year and a half or so that they were together, I had been down at their residence multiple times for verbal domestic disputes. My mind immediately shifted to the prior encounters that I've had with Erin and Brent and their domestic issues. The one particular incident that sticks in my mind was definitely a domestic where Brent wanted Erin out of the residence. Erin didn't want to leave. So I go back and reviewed the body cam footage.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What's going on?
She left. She left. I didn't know what the situation was. When she came back, I don't want to go to jail. She put me in jail once. And then she is intoxicated as hell. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't deal with this anymore.
Okay. You think you're drunk?
There ain't no thinking about it.
Just relax. You think you're drunk?
I have drank.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell. How long have you? When did you start today?
Earlier today. I don't know exactly.
So considering the fact that she was very intoxicated, or in my opinion was very intoxicated, certainly the alcohol abuse was something that was at the forefront of my mind. In my mind, I thought, well, maybe she was trying to get clean, and then she had the medical issue that caused Erin's death. I had never seen Erin not under the influence. I mean, every time I had encountered her from a law enforcement perspective, she always appeared to be impaired. It was very important to speak with Brent again, to try to get his cell phone, to try to get additional information just to see if his story was consistent or if it had changed.
Investigators questioned her father-in-law, and he revealed some unexpected details.
The father-in-law started to get very accusatory in the responses, or basically cutting us off and demanding to know why we're wanting to talk to Brent. It kind of took me a little bit by surprise, just because my mindset wasn't we're there to arrest Brent. It wasn't that at all. My mindset was we just need to talk to him.
You both give me the idea, because I stood there Saturday night up there. No big deal. We're just getting crossing our T,
That's
and
what-
now you come back.
That's all we're doing, though. That's
I don't understand why you're upset.
I do. You're acting like you're going to try and put my son in jail. That's what I'm thinking. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not. You're wrong. I am not. I have no intention on putting your son in jail, but
I'm scared to death you are.
we have an obligation to figure out what took place as well. And there's a couple more questions that we have for him. And the reason we came here is because this is where he is living.
That's right.
If he wasn't living here, we would go to where he lives. We wouldn't come here and bother you guys.
He was acting bizarre for somebody who was just trying to figure out what was going on. It was very uncomfortable and again, just a weird, awkward situation. So we decided to go.
a cruiser too, so.
I got the phone call the following Monday morning stating that they had just got the preliminary autopsy results back from the Lucas County coroner. The results showed that Erin was strangled, and this was deemed a homicide. There was bruising along her gum line, and there was dried blood on the inside of her mouth, so it appeared that she had been punched in the face.
Everything that the scene was indicating that this was possibly going to be a natural cause death. However, I'll be honest with you, my throat sunk into my stomach and I'm like, okay, here we go. We've got a long way to go.
After learning the truth, her family and friends were completely heartbroken.
I met Erin in middle school. Erin was very fun. She was actually into sports, so she played softball. But when we got to high school, that's actually when Erin and I became a lot closer. We connected, and it was more so, I always felt like I was like a mom, to her, just because I just always felt like she was lost, and especially when we got to high school.
Erin and I actually met in elementary, playing soccer. Her father was a coach, and we just established a friendship that way, and it continued through middle school. We were both, soccer players. She was energetic, full of life, always had a smile on her face.
When I found out that Erin had died, I was actually at work. And one of our friends had actually sent me her obituary through Facebook because I hadn't heard anything. Like, I hadn't seen a newspaper. And I just remember feeling like I had been punched in my stomach. Like, I couldn't breathe, and I just kept reading the obituary over and over again. Like, this just doesn't even sound right.
So when she passed, I think it was kind of, it was tough. It was tough. Obviously, I was sad and I was hurt, but there was also a sense of she's no longer fighting. She's no longer hurting. And really, I think that, honestly, I had too many emotions. I really couldn't tell you what I thought.
At that point, we knew Brent's not going to give this phone up voluntarily when we officially get to re-interview him. So we already had made application for a search warrant to take possession of that phone. So we had that in hand when we went to interview him again. So how you doing this morning?
Great, wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, I know that last night I went up to Beer Barrel, and I know yesterday was kind of a long day. And
Yeah.
so, like you and I had talked, we figured we'd meet this morning, a little bit easier to talk and things like that. So, as long as that's okay with you.
That's fine. Today's fine. Today's fine. I got my.
Is this being recorded?
Do what?
Is this being recorded? Is this conversation being recorded?
All conversations I have are recorded. Yeah.
So, okay.
Why weren't we told that?
Because
it's not an obligation
to let you go. No, we're not keeping anything from you guys.
Okay. We're getting legal counsel. Here is Wayne.
Okay.
Here's his number.
You're
Calling
scared.
him today. I'm calling him today.
Okay. We've got his number. We don't need his
Yeah.
number.
You didn't tell us this is it. I'm done. Yeah, you're scaring us. When I saw his phone, I knew.
Actually, I was checking the time. I was actually checking the time.
I mean, no, that's fine. You know, this is how we do everything.
You should have told me.
Okay? We're not obligated to let you know. I mean,
Everything would have said that.
Just like if you get pulled over on the side of the road, you're being recorded always. The cruiser cam and everything else. I mean,
Counsel, all three of us.
That's absolutely not a problem.
Today.
no problem.
It's not a problem.
You should have let us know that.
Okay.
No, you're not being fair.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
You're not being
You
fair.
want to stay? I'm gonna call Pete real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Why are you calling Pete? Hey,
Yes, sir.
Why are you calling Pete?
Calling.
Who you?
I'm calling the other detective.
Why?
He's got some paperwork to give to Brent real quick. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna go it out with that.
No. That's
No, it's not about filling it out.
not a problem. We'll be right back.
My first reaction is the responses shouldn't change whether you're on camera or not, and so to me, the reaction, in retrospect, this is just a smoke screen. We're going to try to create a smoke screen, a diversion, to take the attention off of Brent.
So, I'm gonna go out and join these because I don't know which direction this is going. So
So at that point in time, since it was basically turning into a hostile environment, we knew that it was time to get the phone and leave the residence because things were not going in the right direction.
So when processing Brent's phone, we never really found anything that would be a smoking gun where Brent had admitted to killing Erin or anything like that. We didn't have that. So we actually needed to go through Erin's phone to see if there was any information on her phone that would lead us down the path of determining what happened.
The last outgoing anything from Erin's phone was on July 5th. She makes a phone call to a friend of hers by the name of Kurt. And that phone call lasts for approximately 8 minutes. And then from that point forward, there is never anything outgoing from her phone ever again.
We really needed to interview Kirk and find out whether or not he could get any more information about Erin's death.
Well, hey, this is why I wanted to come talk to you real quick. And like I said, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. But throughout the investigation, I am extremely confident that you are the last guy that she spoke with. I mean, anybody.
Surprised me.
Anybody that she talked with. Okay?
You know, she was a bad alcoholic. I'm sure you know.
Right.
She drank every day, and that's how I met her, through Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been clean for 27 years, and I met her there, and I take her to a few meetings at times. I tried to help her. You know, last time I seen her, I was trying to think, man, it's been at least probably a couple of years, but I've talked to her regularly.
I asked him how that conversation went, and he said the big thing is that she was extremely upset about Brent. But he had mentioned that she was on the dating site, Plenty of Fish, and that she had met guys on there.
Let me ask you this. What about the guy that she confided into you about, the guy from Tiffin?
Right. She had said that some guy, she had sex with some dude. She felt a little bad, but she went ahead and had sex, met some guy on
Plenty of Fish?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm probably 90% sure that's the one.
We were concerned that maybe this guy that Erin was conversing with or potentially in a relationship with could have actually been the suspect in her murder. We determined that Kirk had actually not seen Erin for several months. So Kirk was not a suspect in this case, and that we needed to focus more towards this mystery person that Erin had been seeing.
Then investigators rechecked the call records and found a man named Jimmy. They went to his house for questioning.
He was a person that I really wanted to find pretty quick to interview to get his version of what happened between the two of them.
Is how you met online. Okay. Do you remember what dating website that was? Plenty of Fish. Okay. I'm just gonna take some notes, okay?
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I got no problem.
Okay. Now, when you met her, she indicate if she was married at all, or did she ever mention?
She mentioned she had a boyfriend.
Okay. Okay, and who was this boyfriend? What was his name? Okay.
If you said it, I would know it, but
Brent?
I forget. That's it.
Brent?
Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly who it was. Yeah, that was his name.
Jimmy said he had come over to Waynesfield to pick her up, had taken her back to a hotel in Salina, Ohio. They had had their sexual encounter. He did not deny them having sex. He said it was consensual. She was indicating it was not consensual.
Oh, he showed up over there. My guess is he.
Right.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how they ended up on the house. I had no idea.
Right.
I didn't ask him questions.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I didn't,
Right.
I didn't give it.
Right.
I just knew what she told him was the story.
Right.
Complete utter. Whatever she told me.
Gotcha.
So I set him straight. No, I'm not answering your question.
Right.
I had nothing to talk about. I had no question answer. I told him yes, I was with her, and no, that is not what happened. Right.
And I did not eliminate him as a suspect, but he was very truthful, very forthcoming in everything that I asked him, and he was truthful with me. When we got to the end of the interview, I asked him if he would submit to a DNA sample for me, and he's like, yeah, absolutely, because I have nothing to hide. And he did.
We took the necessary steps to continue our investigation using the information he provided. Later on, a person by the name of Tiffany actually reached out to us and said she's had some information that she wanted to provide to us regarding Brent and a relationship that she had with Brent.
How long? Okay.
He wanted to meet up with me last weekend, and I kept telling him I had to work.
Okay.
Well, then he kept texting me and calling me, so I finally got back hold of him, and then we were just texting. So we met yesterday over at Johnny Regrowth, but he started talking about his wife dying. I'm like, okay, I thought maybe it happened, a while ago. But the more and more talking, so how long did it happen? Oh, it's not been 2 weeks yet. But my first reaction was, are you serious? I mean, if my husband died, and I'm a widow, I wouldn't be worried about being on these chat lines and doing this whatever,
Obviously, as an investigator, that struck me odd that he was so adamant to move on as quickly as what he did after Erin's death.
So we're just making comments. I was like, talking about worlds. I was just playing along with him, just with them, like, how you text on people and stuff.
Right.
And he said something about her dying. But the way he said it was weird as hell.
What did he say?
We were just sitting there, and he was talking about, he's got to get this on with his life. And I said, well, when's the thing you got to do tomorrow about, putting her in the mausoleum? And he said, well, it's tomorrow sometime. I got to call her dad, Jim. I think that's what he said. And I said, we don't have to rush this. Even though I wasn't trying to be trying to talk to him. I said, we don't have to rush this. I said, because you need a grave for your dead wife. I said, most civil people are. He goes, well, I was done, I already grieved. He goes, I didn't even care before she died. I've been okay with this. He's like, I'm ready to move on. And then he's all happy about getting a check in the mail for her death. The way he said it, he was like, weird. He said, well, I'm waiting for a check in the mail. I said, for what? And he said, life insurance. And I said, well, you took one? He's like, yeah, I took one out on her. He's like, I knew she was going to die. I said, well,
Did he say how much?
$25,000?
This is a big moment in the case because this could ultimately be one of the motives as to what led to her death. The next step that I wanted to do is obviously get with Brent's employer to confirm that he had actually taken out the $25,000 life insurance policy. He had in fact taken that life insurance policy out June 1st, and she passes away July 8th.
Given the fact that we were able to prove the $25,000 life insurance policy on Erin, that actually provided us now with a motive to really focus in on Brent. Right after we were able to confirm that, we got DNA results showing that the DNA inside of Erin belonged to Brent. That excluded Jimmy as a possible suspect. And at that point, we now have enough evidence to make an arrest. Based on all the evidence presented at trial, Brent Williams was convicted and found guilty and was sentenced 15 years to life for the murder of Erin Mukhehi.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories that delve deep into the heart of the human experience.